I'm back. So let me just get my camera rearranged because I had to take it down with the way my camera arm works. Okay, so like I said, I promised I would be back in less than 5 minutes, and I think I managed it. So anyway, these are the two photos I'm going to be scrapping today, to at least start out with. And this is M number 4. For those of you, my youngest grandson, who is the guy that just appeared in the scrapbook haul video that I just did, if you managed to watch that. And he was at my house for the first time, and he looked like, he kept looking at me with this face, like I was going to kill him. So, all right, all right. 5 of you just popped up, so let me quick start over what I was saying. So this is, I'm going to scrapbook this photo of my youngest grandson today, or these two photos. This was the first time he stayed with me, and he kept looking at me with that face, like I was trying to kill him. And what had happened is, during the pandemic, he was, let me think, he was about 7 months old at the beginning of it. Hey, Cynthia, we are back. He was about 7 months old at the beginning of this. By the time it ended, not ended, because it obviously hasn't ended, but our stay-at-home part of the pandemic, where we were really isolated. So, hey, Barbara, back, everybody's back. So, by the time it ended, he was 11 months old. And that's a time when kids are getting strange with you. Well, he didn't want anything to do with me because I had been there twice, I think. Yes. And he was sleeping one of the 2 times, and the other time was so early in it, he was only about 7 months old at that point. And he still is really funny. He's really good with one of his grandpas. But anyway, so that is the face I got. And I kept telling him as I was trying to feed him, I'm really not trying to kill you, I promise. And I just kept getting that poor face. He was so worried. And when his dad dropped him, and I had him and his 2-year-old sister, who she thinks Meemaw, which is what she calls me right now because she can't see Grandma, she thinks Grandma is the best. She runs around yelling, Meemaw, Meemaw, Meemaw. He, on the other hand, was not so sure about that. So I'm going to mat the photos on that green cardstock. And I'm pretty sure this is an Echo Park collection, but I don't know which one because this is just a scrap. I'm pretty sure it's from one of their original baby collections. So then this is Photo Play. This is the Solids Plus paper, and it is the yellow paper. Now this came in, I think this actually came in a baby collection as well too, that they included as part of the baby collection pack. So I have 3 grandsons. I have a great nephew, and then I have another great nephew that's on the way who's due in November. I have a lot of boy scrapbook pages. So then this one I bought at Joann's. It's an American Crafts paper. I don't know what the original collection was. So my thought is I have to trim this off because this paper it's that really light stuff. So I'm going to trim an edge off of there. And then let's see here. I think I don't really love these 2 together, so I think we'll just give myself a pretty decent border. I think I'll trim an inch off of either side. Well, an inch total off is what I'm planning on doing. All right, so you guys, one of the reasons I had to stop is, oh my gosh, I live in the upper Midwest. I live in Wisconsin. And my allergies right now are like through the roof bad. This is always usually a tough time of year for me because our ragweed pollen gets really high. But this year, we had a week of rain last week. And so it's just bad. Doesn't matter where you go. It's just crazy. Okay. So there's that. Now I did think about using maybe this bottle as part of this little bottle card. But we'll kind of see. There are, and the reason I chose this green is I have this Doodlebug icons cardstock stickers from their Snips and Snails collection, and this is from 2012. I didn't buy it in 2012 because in 2012 I was not even a grandma yet, actually. That didn't happen until 2013. But I'm not loving maybe this blue with this, and I'm already going to bring in another blue. I also have these Park Lane stickers, which are from Joann's. So they're the baby boy icon stickers. So I'm thinking I have 2 bibs to use here. I could use this one with the pacifier. I could also put that on that other layout that I've got coming. There's a bottle here, and then there's this applesauce, which seems to fit really well with my theme here. So I think I'm going to go, let's look and see what a yellow card might look like here. And maybe because this is so wide, I might go to my LA Studio pieces first. This was not morning, this was afternoon. And that's not the right, oh, this is funny. You can do it. I think these are going to be too wide. Yeah, let's not use these. Let's go grab my, well, let's go. I'm just going to reach up and grab these. And I keep saying, and I just realized I forgot to do it again. I need to print more red and more blue labels. But there, I think these will work better. So they're not exactly the same yellow, but I think they're close enough. And then, like, you know, then I can pull in pieces like that little heart I just grabbed in the haul. I have these little yellow hearts that I could work with as well. Actually, there's yellow hearts. I have a lot of sheets like this, but I didn't have, there's some colors on these that I didn't have. Oh, look at this. What did I just find? I think I ordered that in my last LA Studio order. That's okay though. Trust me, I will use them up. Oh my goodness. We wouldn't want to talk about having too many scrapbook products. And then there's a yellow too. It's the same yellow, so I think I'll use this sheet because, and it has the green on it as well. So those are just from LA Studio. I know this is the Live, Laugh, Love collection, which I don't think they even have any more of. So anyway, just pulling. There's another one of those hearts, so we can pull that in. And then, oh my gosh, look at this. And here's a third one. So I could really get some clusters going with that. I was hoping I had like a bigger yellow, like I guess that size could work to start off the clusters. And really, what I really want to call this is, I'm not trying to kill you, but I think I'm going to call it Worried. Because that just seems like, I don't know, that seems like a bad title to throw out there on the internet. But I'll talk about that in the journaling, that I really wasn't trying to kill him, even though he kept looking at me like he was. So, his poor dad when he had to drop him off. Not that he hasn't gone through that with other kids, but he was the least trustworthy of them. My oldest grandson, ugh, he didn't care. He just went with you. All right. Oops, don't think, that's kind of a different yellow, so I think we'll stay away from that one. Although I just found another. There's this one too that I could use for dates and that kind of stuff. So apparently I need to do blue, red, green. No, what did I say? Yeah, blue, red, and yellow labels. I'm just going to write myself a note so that I can print those, and I can do that tonight. What I'll do is I take the individual labels and just copy them over. So, hey, Donna. So I'm thinking like that and this. We'll coordinate this in, but I have those bibs that I definitely want to get in here. I also could just do this one for like, although the dates here, so I actually need journaling space because the dates here and documented by me, and I'll just probably say, you know, first time at grandma's. So I think this actually does need to go on here. And then we have the bottle. I'll probably scatter some of those green stars around too. I'm going to go grab my wax paper because I don't know where these are all going to go, and it's easier if I just add them like this. Although that was a little disturbing. Okay. The applesauce definitely needs to go on this page somewhere since it's about eating. Okay. And he did have a bottle right after this, so that's why that's working. Now I do have a little brown in here and a little brown in there. There is a star here with a little brown to it. So I might not end up using these little hearts because I'm thinking I want to get some of this green moved around the paper here. So green distributed so that it makes sense that this green is here because I don't have a stripe. The stickers, Donna, they're, if that's what you're talking about, they're old and I don't know where they are. If you're talking about the labels, they're the LE Studio printables. So if you just go to the LE Studio website, they'll, and I think the address is actually Shop LE Studio, but go to the, okay, all of it. All right. So not a set. This is stuff I'm throwing together myself. Most of it. It's just coming from all different sources. But so printables are from, and this is from a cut apart sheet, and I don't know where from LE Studio, but these like this are at the LE Studio website. They have printables. You can either print one page of whatever they give you, or they give you the files for the individual labels so you can use your editing program and print those. And these are the Doodlebug, is the Snips and Snails collection. It's the icons, but this is from 2012, so that may not be available anymore. I strongly suspect that it is not. So my thoughts here are to ink these edges. Because we all know I like to do that after I put that sheet on the middle, right? And I did not gut the paper there because that blue sheet is so thin. I was really afraid if I did that, that it wouldn't sit very well in Page Protector. And I don't always do that, but since I had the paper and I have a full envelope of baby boy supplies, I should show you guys that just in case this is the first time you see this. So I store my papers in Cropper Hopper paper envelopes, and there's all different kinds of them. I buy mine on Amazon, so I just get whatever it is. And so I store like all my baby boy papers and collections in here, and are there, and embellishments. All of them are in here so that when I'm going to scrapbook a baby boy photo, I just pull this and I'm ready to go. Cynthia, I'm using the Tim Holtz Vintage Photo Distress ink, and this is old, so it's not any of the special like the new distress inks. This is just regular old vintage photo that I've had forever. And it's Chamel's fault because, you know, she still does ink a lot, but when she in her 2Ps days especially, she inked everything. So that's where that came from. I probably will, even though those cardstock stickers are a little bit shiny and this ink won't sit on there all that great, I'll probably do it anyway. Oh, yes. You know why? Okay, so the reason I'm changing my standby, which for those of you who don't know, good pickup, Cynthia, is I usually ink in Memento Dewdrop Gray Flannel, but because there's some brown, let me give you a, in the lines of this, I'm going to use brown to ink these papers. And really, if you look at this already, look at how much that is standing off the background now, because the papers are so soft. And that is one of the times I really like to ink things. I know, like, I love to ink Felicity Jane if I'm using it. And yes, and I'm totally laughing that you guys picked up on this. I was just talking, I dinner with some friends, socially distanced, last night, and their teenager was there, and he was talking because he was doing a live stream, but he's like a gamer, and I was just telling him, oh, I get that because I have this YouTube channel, and we were just talking about how funny it is how well people know you, and you don't even realize it. So that's a perfect example right there. But I do tend to use that Memento Dewdrop. I like it because it's that gray flannel is not black, so it's not harsh, but it still gives a nice dark shadow to the edge of whatever you're inking. And that's why I do it. There's a little shadow, a little separation. So I hope you guys can see this. Let me pick this up. So look at this edge where this is inked and this is not, how much, there we go. This is inked and this is not, how much that stands off the paper. So that's why I ink edges. And I don't ink everything, but I do ink a lot, obviously. And this is probably not the best thing to do because it's, you know, it's kind of warping the there a little bit, but that's okay. I'm trying not to get it on the yellow, which so far so good. So anytime, and then the other thing that's happening is because this is a collection, this is a collection, this is a collection, this is a different collection, and this is a different collection, all the stickers I'm using, it brings them together so that they work better together. That's why I ink. All right, so let's get these on here, and I do have to remember I need to leave room for a title here. I could do this that way or this way. Let's see, because I'm planning on clipping that off. And I think that star's actually sticking. There we go. I don't know if I have a preference, but I'll tell you in just a second. I actually think I prefer this way. So I'll clip that, get that edge there, and then get this glued down. And then I do need to look for an alpha. And maybe I'll bring in that bright blue because I can think of a layout where I could do that, or layout, an alpha that I could do that really easily with. That Pink Fresh, the alpha for Pink Fresh Let's Stay Home would be perfect for that. So just want to make sure that all right, and then I do what I often did is just lay my arm against something so it doesn't move on me. There's a piece of it. Sometimes I'll save these too, like these little pieces, because you can use those on other parts of the layout or in other places. So just want to kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take this off right away and get this on here. Try not to put it like too much over the photograph there, but still get it on. Then it's time for my foam tape. And here we go, guys. It's the giant foam tape roll. I was scrapbooking on Thursday and I had to break into it. I didn't video it. I don't think I videoed it anyway. I may have, but anyway, so if you have, I know you haven't seen this yet. If I did, it's not going to be out until probably November, maybe. I think that's about how far ahead. I have to, at this time of year, start really pushing videos in, like extra videos, because when I do December daily scrapbooking, I don't do any other. So I'm going to do something, because I will get this question, and I might as well show you guys what it, oh, I don't have it, that's right. So this is on Amazon, you can buy this. This is the Scotch 36 yard by 1/2 inch foam tape. That's what this is. And you can get it from lots of different sellers. I get it from different sellers all the time. Whoever has the best price is who I buy it from. So it's huge. I think I didn't, oh, and I'm going to do this right now. The last time I did this, I think like 2018, 20, well, maybe 2019. I don't know. I think these last me about 2 years in all seriousness. So I'm going to write 9/20 on the inside of this, right there, so that I can see how long those last me, just for fun. No other reason, but just for fun. So, and this is really economical compared to buying the little pieces one at a time, or the little packages one at a time, if you use foam tape. I know a lot of people use the fun foam and that kind of thing. I don't know. I cut stuff, but I don't want to be worrying about having to cut from sheets and that kind of thing. So that's why I just prefer the tape. And I do actually have the foam dots as well. Sometimes when things are a lot smaller, that works a little bit better. So it kind of depends on your preference. All right. Oh, I'm really loving how this is looking so far. Just thought I'd see if I can get this tucked in here, if that makes any sense. And I don't think it does, actually. Oh, and I just realized I was going to ink the edges of those stickers, but I forgot. Therefore, I'm not going to. I also have another thought here. I was going to use those hearts, but I also have stars. So I might do that. Okay, there's that, and then we'll foam tape this, and I'm thinking that, like I said, that Pink Fresh Alpha. And I think price-wise, when I buy that, a lot of times they're expensive, like they're in the upper 30s or $40, but it lasts forever. So it's a good buy. All right. Now, one of the things that I want to show you is oftentimes when I do when I scrapbook photos, I'm looking at photos and I'm basing choices on colors of embellishments, or not embellishments, of colors of clothes. He's wearing red. Now he has this goofy Easter bib on, but he's wearing red, and obviously there's no red in this. But what happened is I knew I had like bib icons and that kind of stuff. So when I pulled them, they were all in that kind of blue color, and I knew that the blues, yellows, and that kind of thing. So I pulled things based on that, and obviously the colors there aren't the same, but I think they actually stand out, so that those colors do that way, if that makes any sense to anybody. And I do have green stars on this, so maybe I'll spread more of those greens. Oh yeah, because I used the yellow and green up there. Oh my goodness. Hello, Kelly. But anyway, so most of the time I'm basing my choices on clothing or colors in the photos. In this particular case, I based it on embellishments. So hey Harmony, good to see you. All right, so we've got that. I think it's time to grab the alpha to go with this, and I am just going to call it Worried because I don't think I can fit. I'm not trying to kill you on this thing. I will talk about that there though, because it was looking like he thought I was trying to kill him. So let's see. There we go. So this is the Puffy Alpha stickers from Pink Fresh Let's Stay Home collection, which was their sort of pandemic collection, but I really think you can use it for lots of things besides that. It's they didn't have things like toilet paper rolls and that kind of stuff in it. I just loved the colors of this collection, so that's why and I'm just trying to decide, do I want to do this in all caps? I think so. No, and I could do a subtitle up above so that it says "You look" and then Worried. So we'll see once I get it on here. I love this alpha so much that when I got my order from scrapbook.com, I ordered another sheet of these because I love them. They're just a really cool blue that is not out there in thickers. And it doesn't bother me which brand I'm using. Okay. Sometimes I need to do this. Kind of decide how we're going to get this on here. And then I actually have an exclamation point here that I'm going to add to this just to make the title a little bit longer. And I'll span it so it kind of comes over by that star here, and then also this embellishment cluster. Although, if I do the "You look" on top of this, I might not want it to do that. So let's see what I have in little alphas. So that's close, but not the same yellow. I have a lot of yellows, so that's way too orangey. I have a basket with my letter stickers just next to my left hand. I don't know that I have as much yellow as I thought I did. Okay, I don't, so I think we're going to just go with this and see how that looks. These are hard to position. These are old Webster pages, Dream in Color. I loved Webster's pages, little tiny square alphas like this. They are so good for subtitles. They can, however, be a pain to get off the sheet. It's like this sheet isn't fully cut through. What I wanted to do is see how high up this was going to go vertically so that I could determine, this is a good example here, this K is not really cut fully. I could determine where to get that title sitting. Or I guess it's cut, it just wasn't coming apart very easily. All right, so You look worried. Oh, he does. This is such a sweet photo of him. Okay, I think that's good. And then what I'll do, because I use brown ink, I will journal when I journal on this in brown ink, which I have to start looking for a new brown journaling pen because mine is starting to dry up. Okay, I think that's good. We'll definitely get another layout done here today, guys. Or I will. Is anybody scrapping along with me, or are you just guys just hanging out? I was watching, I think, a Nicole Jones live right before I went on as I was doing my warm-up layout. Oh, well, that's lovely, Donna. I watch a lot of videos to get to be inspired. If nothing else, even if I'm not getting ideas for something I want to do, it just gets me in the mood to scrap. And then my other fascination, I don't know if I've talked about this with you guys. All right. Oh, cool, Carrie. Awesome. Have fun running your errand. And these do go live if you miss it. But it usually takes a couple hours to go up on YouTube. That's YouTube's thing. So, all right. And Brenda's hanging out too. Kind of a chilly Saturday in my neck of the woods. Chilly, it's not cold, but I actually turned on my gas fireplace this morning because it was a little chilly. I don't know if it got down into the 30s last night, but it was definitely in the 40s. And I'm not putting my heat on yet. So I just turned that. Okay. So you look, and then I'll just get. And I've also had coffee, so I'm a little shaky. Too much coffee. If I have a cup, it's not so bad, the caffeine. Okay, so Brenda is saying she is a huge collector of supplies, addicted to supply collecting, actually. I totally get that. And she started to watch YouTube. Oh, you've started YouTube videos now. That's cool. And she's gone through 3 rolls of ATG in a month. That's cool. I love that when I have to put in a new roll of ATG because it means I've been scrapping. All right, you guys are going to get my crazy hair. I actually just had a color though, so a cut and color. So this is the time for me to get my head in there. I cut and highlight. I didn't think I had a lot of gray until the pandemic, and then I found where it's all sitting in my right temple. So, and just watching is a-okay, depending what's going on. Sometimes I watch, sometimes I scrapbook. So my latest fascination is, with YouTube is booktube videos. I've been reading like a crazy person, so yeah, all booktube videos. And my to be read list has grown exponentially. It's bad. Great. Oh, I'm really loving gray now, Harmony. It wasn't like, I had a hard time with it just because I think it's not a great color for me to wear. I look really washed out because I'm better in bright colors. But I'm really liking it. So I just saw this star, and I'm wondering if, so I'm thinking maybe what I do, okay, to get some green down here. Oh, that's so funny. Most of Harmony's closet is gray and brown, and she has to talk herself into color. So I wear a lot of turquoises and corals and pinks and all that kind of stuff. But that's just because that's the colors I look best in. All right, so let's get some more stars here. I am going to use all of these up, so it looks like I'm toying with how I do this because I don't have enough. Oh, I do have one aqua star. So that should go up there. And then we have 2 stars. Let's see how we're going to do this. Be there. And then I have 2 stars for, I really don't have 2 stars. So I'm just thinking, because there's 3 stars here, 3 stars here, now there's 2 stars here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take this pair of pants. I'm going to make another star. This is one of those make your embellishments work for you, not the other way around. So I'm just using this other star as a template, basically. And it's probably going to be a little bit wonky compared to the other ones, but not too bad. And then the thing I like about this too is I get that blue in here that really wasn't in here yet in the stars. Or some more blue in here. Okay. Yeah, these are going to be a little wonky, but not too bad. I can trim it up if I don't like the way the edge of this looks, but there's a little tip. Find a sticker that's got the color in it and do that. I do that every so often. Thanks, Harmony. Yeah, I'm really loving this one. I did a really cool 2-page baseball layout yesterday and sent it to my daughter-in-law, and she's like, oh my gosh, number1 is going to love it, because it was his first year of playing baseball. He played soccer last year and decided this year he wanted to do baseball. Okay, so that star's a little wonky, but it's not too bad. There we go. So now we have a little blue in each spot there. This guy needs to get glued down here. And I'm thinking I could use a little bit of Enamel Dots. Oh, yes, Harmony, we definitely can appreciate your LE Studio kit arriving. I obviously love their products since I just used a whole bunch. So, oh, well, have fun, Debbie. And definitely, this will be up later, so if you miss it, you can. All right, so I'm thinking I need some enamel dots, and that I could do yellow, but yellow is so predominant. That's a blue, but I'm thinking maybe green. There we go. And I have some green that I could do. We'll see how many. What I'm thinking about doing is popping one. If that's too big. I don't know about each cluster, but at least starting out this way. And a lot of times when I put enamel dots on, I like them to touch something on the layout. Okay, so I have a big one there. Question is, do I have enough? I do not. I'm going to just do 2 in each cluster because I don't, unless I use the biggest one again, I don't have enough that I can do 3 in each. So what I might end up doing is, maybe down there. Or I don't have to do 3 in each, so I'm just going to do 2. There, so that just gives a little bit of a different dimension. Okay, yeah, that is, if I do say so myself, a really cute oh, that's interesting, Harmony, that you touch something and then the other ones float? I go through, I think, periods where I'll do that, where sometimes I go through periods where they have to float. Sometimes I go through periods where they touch. It's kind of my mood. All right, so that's that layout. Now I'm not going to clean up a lot, but you guys know it has to end up on the floor otherwise. Just want to put a couple things kind of away so that I can see the scrapbook. Otherwise I start to lose focus about what I'm doing. So that's the M number 4. M number 4 with the blue eyes in the family of brown-eyed children. And oh my goodness, he doesn't realize it, but he already knows how to use those blue eyes on Grandma. For sure. Actually on everybody. It's not just me. Okay, so just a tiny little bit of cleanup because I'm going to scrapbook another baby layout, so I don't know how much, and I didn't end up using those because I went to the stars. So this is the next picture. This is the same time. I'm going to have to get the date and everything because I don't remember when it was. Just get the edges of this glued down just a little bit. The reason I'm doing that is because this paper is so light, I don't want it to catch. Because if this catches, it's definitely going to wrinkle. So there we go. All right, so that's the picture of him in his little striped jammies, that little stinker who would not go to sleep until I put him on my lap. And trust me, it was okay with me, honestly, that I had to cuddle with him a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to put that away so it's safe because otherwise, you know what's going to happen. It'll end up on my page, right? So now, I said before when I did the haul of Creative Memories and Paper Issues that I didn't want to, I wanted to get it done before I went live with this process because I wanted to use pieces from this to do this collection since we're both wearing blue. And I think a lot of these are sort of dreamy. Like, I love that sheet of paper. Sometimes I'll choose things by, like, you know, first. The other one I could do is there's a blue sky paper in here, which that's really pretty too. So I love them both, but they definitely have a different feel about them. So this one feels dreamy and sleepy to me. This one does on some level, and I think it works with the photo really well, but it's bright and bold, and I don't feel like it's quite as dreamy, if that makes sense. So I think I'll use that one. And I'm just going through these packs. I would probably like to bring out a little bit of that, like his little pacifier. And this will be another one of those times where I'm going to want to ink edges because, yeah, yes, me too. I was just thinking about that. Where do I have clouds? I know I have a big cloud cut file. I know Shamel has a couple of them, but I don't know that I have any of those left. But yes, definitely. Like that cloud cut file using that first paper I use would be really cool. Now this has flowers on it and leaves and stuff like that, but I might like the way that stands off that a little bit better. Need a border or something yet. That's a gorgeous paper. The other one I really want to use badly is this one. Yeah, thanks. Yes, I do. And, you know, because I'm the one who takes the picture. You guys all know this, right? There's very few pictures of you. So, it's kind of nice. Obviously, I'm in a mood to border things today. because this is one of those where when a print goes across like this and it's something more realistic where it goes off the edges, I always want to put a border on it. Totally a personal thing. Oh yeah, I forgot, you know, I have all these faux solids that I need to look at as well too. So that, like this and that I like together, and then maybe this and either this or this. And I don't have any embellishments, so this will be a little interesting. And then actually I like this better because it's a little softer. So there's the start of the layout. What I'm thinking is I left all my baby stuff out so that I could grab it if I needed it. And then here's, I told you, I was just telling you I stored my stuff in the Copper Hopper envelopes. This is one for just paper without the embellishments. So that's what this is. And again, Amazon. All right, so I don't know that I have cloud anything anywhere, but let's see what kind of themey stuff we have here. Oh, here's a cute one, a cute little word phrase that says snuggle and one that says good night. There is a little hush, little baby, don't you cry, but I think that's, this oh baby's cute. This collection goes back, I think, to my, let's see, 2011. I think I just bought it, but it was new to me at the time. Just looking to see if I have any clouds here. Here's a cute little thing that says Dream Big, little one. So that's kind of fun. I also really like this, I Love You to the Moon and Back. So that could be a fun piece to use. And then these, the colors here are a little bit off, but that twinkle would work here. So, but see, there's a cloud, but I've already used it. That's what I thought. So I think, oh, here's a little one that says Sleep Tight. And a little pacifier. So I'll just pull those together, I think. So this, the gold over here is a little bit different than the yellow there, but I do like this. Oh, here's a moon and Sweet Baby. So maybe I Love You to the Moon and Back won't make this, but I'm gonna run out of stuff on the edge of my mat in just a second. Yeah, but I do like, and the snuggles here I could work with. Okay, so I think I'm going to put I Love You to the Moon and Back on the sheet because I really like the snuggles and the Sweet Baby and all of those. Oh, sorry guys, it's very exciting to watch me do this, isn't it? Oh, I know what happened. The sheet went flying off here. There is another pacifier again, but actually that's in the gold that doesn't work as well. Okay, there we go. I finally figured out where the I Love You to the Moon and Back. That boy would be kind of cute too, like, I don't know, Sleep Tight Baby Boy or something like that. So I'll have to think of a title here. Okay, so because this is really thin paper, I am going to use, oh, maybe not though, because it's that really beautiful paper back here. I'm going to say I'm going to use this whole sheet. I think I'm going to gut this, and then what I'll do, because I won't gut this and not use something behind, I'm going to grab a piece of just white cardstock. And I'll use this stuff that I used for cutting because it's plain. And then I can gut it. So this is my other trimmer that I use for, actually this is, well, I don't even use this one for travel anymore, but I'm trying to think what kind of a border, how big of a border do we want on here? So that ends up being about a 1/2 inch border. I think, or an inch border on either side. I think I'm going to do about 11.5 inches, or 11 and a, let's see, quarter. And I'll just gut it to 11. So I cut the square to 11.5. That's what I'm thinking. This is very interesting YouTube watching here. There we go. And I think the reason that Creative Memories paper is so thin, in case you guys have never used it before, is their albums have white pages to them, and then you stick the paper onto the page within the album, which for me would be really hard since I don't scrap in order. But that's why it's thin, because there's actually, there's kind of, it would be, it's like there is a piece of cardstock behind these. Okay, so there's that. And then you guys all know my trick, hopefully, about how you, yeah, I have to preserve this paper because I love it so much. How you put something on when you have a frame. Just put the frame down and only glue one side of the frame. Now, and what I think I'm going to do is, this doesn't, it looks like it's going to be bigger anyway, like the cardstock pieces. Oh my goodness, this is fun. The cardstock piece is a little bit bigger than the pattern paper piece. So what I'll do, there we go. Yeah, it is a little bit. So I'm going to have to trim that anyway. And then what you do is just hold the sides down, and I'll show you this again. This is a little bit harder because I'm using a frame. Otherwise, this wouldn't have been a big deal. And I am going to really glue that down so that it can't not just shift, but again, it's thinner paper, so I don't want it to wrinkle here. I know. When am I going to actually start scrapbooking? This is the boring part, I promise. Hopefully the rest of it will be a lot less boring. Uh-oh. See, and I just ripped that because it's so thin. So I'll just have to be really careful. Okay. I don't think I've ever done that with a Creative Memories piece of paper before. And okay, that was not quite so much fun. All right, so then what I'm going to do is cut this down to 11.25. Okay, so don't get that frame. And I'm not going to worry about putting or cutting this, that white border off. I'll do that later. So I just, again, this is the easy way to do this when you have a frame like this. I just put the adhesive on one side, get it positioned so it looks pretty even. Glue that down. Now this is a little easier because I have this behind it. Normally I would have to put a little bit right on that edge. And I got that off just doing that. Okay. So you'd put it just on the little edge here. Like right there if you're just using a regular frame. And then you're all glued on. And I think that I have this on crooked. I do. That's okay. This is going to bother me, I just decided, because it's hard for me to see weights of lines. So I'll just take that off. So then let's do a little matte with this green. And I think I'm only going to do a thinner matte with this. And I just realized that I did not ink the edge of that cloud paper. And I may not. I'm going to look at that in just a second. So I'll be right. Go. Okay. So the reason I'm thinking that I might not need to ink that is because I'm going to have this bigger piece here of this. And this is a point where if you were into inking and that kind of things, it would be kind of fun to ink the background. So I'll just take a slice of this and see what happens. I don't think, okay, so I don't think I want this to come in here because you lose that edge, but I'm also thinking I really want to see a lot of that cloud. That if I do this very big, I won't see much of the cloud. So maybe a little journaling spot there, and I have blue. I don't have a gold. I do have some gray. Let's see. I'm gonna grab my blue cards. Oh, this one would be really cute. I just found one with stars. Let's see if this works. Yep, that's what we'll use for journaling. Now I could also do it like this, but I'm losing the edge of that again if I don't ink. So I'm going to trim this down a little bit. And if you only put the glue on one part, it will shift on you, Kelly. All right, so I just want to make sure that right now my borders on the sides are, and the bottom are the same. And then we'll figure out what needs to happen to this depending on how I embellish. Okay, so now I can really see that, and I really think it needs some inking on the edge. I thought it would be softer and dreamier if I didn't do that, but I don't know. I won't do direct to paper. I'll use my handle in the foam. Okay, let's see. Oh, I just found something else. I was looking. There's this cute little plaque with an alligator saying good night, but that's that green that I'm not using. And there's a, although I have that other moon, so that'll be good. All right, stop looking, Kelly. Although I know I do have, now that I think about it, I know I have die cuts from this collection. So hold on a second. I tell myself to stop looking, and then I keep doing it, right? Or maybe I've used them all up because I don't see them. Oh, I did have, oh, look at that. That says, oh, those are cute. Might be changing my mind there. There's also, I have a little blue sticker that says dreams. So Not quite sure where all those stickers are going or if I'm going to use them all. But I think I did use up the die cuts for this collection because I do not see them. The question is, do we use that lullaby and good night instead of the star? And I think it would look really pretty with this, and it would bring in the gray that I've got in places. Ooh, I actually like the way that looks a lot. And there's some gray for you, Harmony. Yeah, I really like how that looks. Okay, then I will ink the rest of these edges too, just lightly, just to give it a little bit of a shadow. I don't want too much. It's instead of like inking it this way so that you get more of an edge, I'm just kind of touching the edge here, like bouncing it off the edge so that it really stays just on the edge and it doesn't feather. That's the word I was looking for, is I don't want it to feather. And I just realized that I need to get the card on, so I know if I need to trim this piece. And now, Cynthia, I'm back to my gray flannel ink. You guys probably thought, who the heck did I tune into today? Oh, I was going to use my camera punch, but I don't know that I will do that on this. It'd be good if we put the 3x4 card in the proper direction. Okay, I don't mind that so much. I might just leave that. So now I like this because we're going to get a pop of yellow here. And there is a little hole in that banner. Okay, then I actually mostly ended up picking things that are text, didn't I? Now that I look at this. It's got his pacifiers, so I think we'll do that there. Kind of cover that edge up. And I could put that up on tape. And then I have the moon. So I think that there, because that gives us like a third embellishment spot here. Try not to get the corner of that visible. Okay. Well, this does kind of pose an issue then, because what's going to happen is if I start doing this, I have some trapped space there. So can I move this moon? I like the moon on the blue. And then I could do, this says dream big little one. Let's see, is there a way I can do this with the moon? There, I think I have to get it out far enough so that you understand what it is. And then maybe I can use some stars on this grab some little stars. Okay, so this sleep tight. That just makes me laugh because he was so funny about going to bed that night. All right, so I like the way that is coming together. I need something up there yet. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I just need a little something up there. Go grab that sticker sheet again and see what we can make happen. So I have a little pacifier sticker here. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Oh, there's a bottle here too. And that's in gray, so I kind of like the idea of that. There we go. I think that'll work. I think that's supposed to be a pacifier. Hey, Cynthia. Happy beautiful day in Minnesota. It's a beautiful day in Wisconsin too. It's just a little chilly, but not bad. Okay, so let's put this up on tape here. And so I'm strategically placing that pacifier. I actually put it, the bottle's going that way, I'm doing that way. I just like the two angles. And it's funny, I have all those phrases. I don't know that any of them are going to make it on here. And then I'm just going to pull that up there, this part, the pacifier up so that it's a little three-dimensional. And my moon doesn't want to go down all the way. I wonder if it's trying to tell me something. I also could do that with that Dream Big piece too. I do like this little snuggles though. That gives me like a fourth area of embellishment though, and I don't love it. Fit twinkle under here and make it make sense to me. Yeah, I think that can work. What I'm going to do though, oh, I was going to tuck it under this edge here. Yeah, I think I can get it to do that. So we'll tuck it under the edge, sit that right on top of there. Bring that moon up. There we go. And I think those other three word stickers in that dream are just going to stay where they are. All right, so kind of toying with I'm thinking I like the idea of the word snuggle. That could go across here. I'm going to look and see if I have an alpha that I would like to, like a, I could do a white alpha too. I was going to say gray, because I think that would be nice with that. That is one thing that I don't feel like I have is a gray, is enough gray alphas. Oh, although I just thought of something. I do have some holographic. I've got silver. Not sure gray is going to look okay. So I've got that holographic, and I think that might be kind of cool. But I also do have this one, which I like that better because this one has a pink edge to it. This one is new. It's the Surprise Alpha. Let's see. So, and what I might do is dot around some of the little dots. there's not any, oops, I do need a second S, but not yet. And I'm not putting these all the way down so that way I can move them if I need to. Since I'm being daring and not using my foam. Or foam, wax paper. Oh, that's an idea, Cynthia, is to use a room tour update, but honestly, nothing has really changed because I've been bad lately. You know, Shamel told us all she wasn't going to be doing any more collections for American Crafts. So with what I bought, I filled my shelves back up. So I haven't really changed anything in my room since I did my last update. And yes, it would have been that. So what I could have shown you was the trays that I keep my regular paper in, my full solid paper. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah, exactly. that shocked face, right? The trays that I keep my full solid paper in were like, I cut the amount of paper I had in them in half, but I just bought a bunch of Doodlebug and then the Bella Boulevard that I just did the haul with, and so I don't really have as much room as I did in those trays because of that. So I'm looking for any of those little dots. So I got a dot in each of the clusters at least. I don't want to take, well, here's an extra one too. Let's see. I might sacrifice a dot from a question mark or something here, just so I have a second one to put in each. It was good. I really liked the hauls. Trying to decide where I think this will look best. Okay, so now I have at least 2 dots in each of the areas, and I sacrificed a dot from a question mark because I usually end up with a couple of them at least. Okay, so there's the Snuggles. I do like how dreamy this one came out, but I also like that holographic alpha on this because it, you know, it's reflective and it kind of feels that way. So, all right, guys, so that is 2 layouts for you today. So I will tell you, I think I said, I had dinner last night with a friend at her house, socially distanced, and oh my gosh, it did so much good for my head. You know, I think I'm pretty cautious, but sometimes I just have to say, you know, I need to do stuff for my psyche, and cautiously though. So that's what I did last night. All right, so there's the Snuggles one. I'll probably put a little journaling, or maybe I'll even just do the journaling right down here and just talk about how he was giving me a hard time going to sleep, and then he fell asleep when I brought him to my lap. And then here's the other one that I did today. So both really soft layouts, and definitely baby scrapbooking today. I have baby scrapbooking on the mind today for some reason. So, all right, yeah, I think it is too, Harmony. Cautious mental health, and unfortunately, Wisconsin's numbers are this week have gone through the roof. It's really our universities, and specifically our university in our state capital. So, but the rest of us are behaving ourselves. So anyway, all right, guys. So thanks you guys. I'm pretty pleased with the way these turned out, and hope you guys are all well. I think I looked, and I think I'm good for next Friday. But if you don't see me, I'll do something live over the course of the weekend if that doesn't happen. But usually I try to go live, at least right now, because things are quieter and I'm, you know, not as social as I was prior to everything being locked down. But usually I'm live about 7 o'clock on 7 o'clock Central on Friday night. So thanks, you guys. Hope you guys are all well, and I'll be back with the layout on Tuesday and then Saturday and alive at some point. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Go out and enjoy the fall weather. Bye, everybody.